Are you serious? Are you serious? Can we talk about the California apocalypse? What? It's true, folks. Matter of fact, here's a headline that's in yahoo.com. Apocalypse soon. California snowpack is gone. Folks, this is unprecedented. It's a drought of biblical proportions going on in California. 4 years now. And this yesterday, of course, or this weekend, the movie San Andreas opened Friday, depicting the destruction of San Francisco and the city of Los Angeles. This as a mega 9.6 earthquake ripped apart California in the movie. But the same day that was happening, a real life catastrophe was quietly unfolding high in the Sierra Nevada mountain range that runs parallel to the San Andreas fault line. The drought-stricken state snowpack disappeared. There's none left. Before June 1st, there's no snow left in the Sierra Mountains. Never before has this ever been seen. How important is it? Well, the California Department of Water Resources reported that the mountain snowpack across the state is now at 0% of normal for May 29th. That means that even before the summer begins, there will essentially be no more of the crucial mountain snowmelt that California relies on to replenish the streams, the rivers, and the reservoirs that supply water to cities and farms across California. Now, folks, this is getting ugly. And I'm telling you, and I've been talking about this now for over a year, because I look at the biblical things, and I know that in the days of Elijah, he prayed that God would stop the heavens from rain, and it didn't rain for 3.5 years. And the nation of Israel was in a situation of drought so desperate that even King Ahab, who was married to the wicked queen Jezebel, sent the prophet Obadiah out looking for grass, that they might be able to feed what few cattle and livestock they had left, because they didn't have no food because there was a drought. Now, can I just tell you, you might say, what does this have to do with Bible prophecy? Well, let's go to Revelation chapter 11. If you've heard of the two witnesses, you may not have heard what will happen during the days of their prophecy. This is very important. Let me read in 11. This is Revelation chapter 11. And there was given me a reed like a rod. And the angel stood saying, rise and measure the temple of God and the altar and them that worship therein. But the court which is without the temple leave out, and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles, and the holy city shall they tread underfoot 42 months, or 3.5 years. Now look, so we're talking about the third temple. And what have we been talking about? Since I went to Jerusalem 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago today, and I met with Rabbi Yehuda Glick, and he is, of course, the leader to push for the third temple. And the Temple Institute has all of the utensils. I looked at the trumpets. I looked at the shofars. I looked at the golden altar of incense. I looked at the menorah, the golden menorah. I looked right at the golden shewbread table. I mean, are you serious? The high priest's clothing, including his breastplate, that took 11 years to make because they couldn't find one of the stones. Matter of fact, here's the breastplate now. This is what the breastplate looks like. It is on the high priestess chest, and you have 12 stones for the 12 different tribes. It took them 11 years to find one missing stone. Folks, they're ready to build the temple when the political atmosphere is correct, and maybe that might be coming sooner than you think, as this United Nations are going to gather in September to potentially part the land of Israel. At least that's what the French want to do, and they want it to go to a vote on the floor of the General Assembly. And 4 out of 5 permanent members have all agreed they will let the vote happen. Only the United States hasn't said which way they will go, haven't said yes or no. And we're talking pre-67 borders. Forced upon Israel, the parting of the land, touching the apple of God's eye. Do you think that's good? Well, let's get back to the California drought. He says that these two witnesses, he says, and I will give power unto my two witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth. These are the two olive trees and the two candlesticks standing before the God of the earth. Now, many people believe it. These two witnesses are Elijah and Moses. Others believe it is Elijah and Enoch. Well, one thing's for sure. I mean, Elijah is one of the two. I mean, there's no question about that. And if you read on, and some people believe that, no, not the actual Elijah and the actual Moses or Enoch, but the spirit of them will be upon people. Sort of like John the Baptist. They called him, Elijah, that he had the same spirit, but and same anointing. But let me move on. It's not the point. And if any man will hurt them, fire proceeded out of their mouth and devoured their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. These have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy, and have power over the waters to turn them into blood, and to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will. Folks, listen to what I'm telling you. The waters turned blood red 23 times in the last 4 years. Since, ever since I brought up the water turning blood red in Texas at the O.C. Fishers Lake, 23 times it's happened. We have a drought in California now 4 years. Same time frame. And now there's no snow caps. There's no snow on the mountains. And the water levels are way low and we can't get any rain. Yet Texas is under an unbelievable amount of rain, flooding, swamping that area. It's really unbelievable the things we're seeing. Now, I'm not saying that the two witnesses are walking on the earth. We don't see them. They're going to be preaching with fire and brimstone, the anointed message of the coming King, Yeshua, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, and his return on the cobblestone streets of Jerusalem. And they're not there yet. But we're seeing the precursor. We're seeing the apocalyptic revelations literally being revealed and manifesting as the information is bringing spiritual manifestation upon the earth. We are living in the last days. I'm going to talk about this tonight. Also, John Kerry breaking his leg. Also, the death of Beau Biden and the earthquake that just hit Japan yesterday and the volcano that erupted the day before and many other things tonight. You don't want to miss tonight's broadcast. The California apocalypse is upon us. In the same day, Hollywood is doing a movie on the destruction of San Francisco and Los Angeles. Are you serious? Are you serious?